Hi, and welcome to this information session, 7 Steps to Success. The objective of this session is to help you to set the right goals to stay on track of your studies, and to show you how to break your assessment into 7 sections to help you manage your time. This will help you to take all necessary steps to be successful in your assignments. Your goals include all the things you may like to achieve in your life, professionally and personally. It is important to be clear about what it is that you want, because this is where you will place your attention, negative or positive. It helps your studies if you have an end goal in mind, even if it changes along the way. Long-term goals keep us on track and inform what we need to do in shorter term to achieve our goals. For example, your long-term goal may be to complete your degree or to become a teacher, lawyer, scientist, healthcare professional, accountant, or engineer. Once you have a clear long-term goal, this helps you to clarify your medium-term goals. In this example, this will be the subjects you enroll in to complete your degree. It is essential to be realistic when you map your degree and your commitments. Why do something that you don't need to do? It would be far better to ensure all the subjects and electives you choose are part of your bigger picture. Think about your subject choices and how they align with your goals. Do you need to minimize some of your commitments? For example, have you taken on so much that when you look at how many hours you have for study, work, family, and sport, that you have exceeded what is physically possible? Also think about your strengths and weaknesses and work with them. Perhaps you feel that a weakness is your ability to write academically. If this is the case, we encourage you to attend writing workshops or access online modules. Include this into your study plan. You're not alone on this journey, so please access the support you need. It is very important that you know what assessment tasks you have to complete and when they are to be completed by. Too often we see students leave tasks until the last minute and become totally overwhelmed by the task. This anxiety and stress can be easily prevented if you plan your semester carefully and accurately by using a weekly planner and a semester planner. In your planning, make sure you begin assignments early enough. Developing weekly, semester, and assessment planner should be some sort of your short-term goals that are informed by your medium-term goals, so by the subjects you chose. By setting long, medium, and short-term goals and developing a carefully planned study strategy, you will realize that when you get to the end of the semester, you will feel much more prepared to study for your exams. In the following, this information session covers how to develop an assignment planner and discusses the steps you need to take in your assignments. Mapping out your assessments will ensure you can successfully complete each piece of assessment. You may have 2, 3, or even 4 assessment tasks for each subject. Be sure to record the dates for each and the approximate time it will take you to complete them. This is essential as there have been students who failed an assignment simply because they had overlooked the submission date. Once each task is written down, we can go one step further and plan each task. There are 7 steps involved in completing an assessment piece, and therefore, if we can break each piece down to manageable bits, we're more likely to succeed. As a guide, you should allocate 1/3 of your time to unpacking and researching, 1/3 of your time to planning and drafting, and 1/3 of your time to edit your assessment. This is your opportunity to be your own project manager. As we study, we need to project manage our time to research each task effectively. This means we cannot leave it to the last minute. For example, if you're writing a case study, there will be different steps to cover. For example, gathering theoretical information, collecting data, analyzing data, writing the results, and so on. Here is an overview of the 7 steps you need to take to effectively plan your assessment. In step 1, focus your thoughts. What does the task involve? Do I need to work with others? Is it a group task? And most importantly, what is the question or what is the topic? Also think about what you need to research and how the assessment will be presented. Is it an essay, a report, or a poster? Clarify these aspects with your lecturer or tutor if needed. Step 2 is research, so gather and synthesize background information. You can find this information in peer-reviewed journal articles, your subject materials, textbooks, and so on. In step 3, you have to prepare a plan. For example, in an essay plan, you will write down points to cover in the introduction, in each body paragraph, and in your conclusion, along with the relevant information gathered from your research or the subject materials. Make sure you put references with the information, as it makes it a lot easier for you to find information in the writing phase again. In step 4, the first draft must be written. Nail your feet to the floor and get some words on the page. The first paragraph is generally the hardest, and it sometimes requires a great deal of self-discipline to just do it. After you've completed your first draft, you will be at step 5, which is the critical reflection of your work. So, for step 5, it is helpful to give your writing to someone else to read. One of your colleagues, for example, or a critical friend, or perhaps a peer advisor at the learning advice desk. In step 6, respond to the feedback. Take what is relevant and leave out the rest. Then redraft and then allow some time to let it sit. Come back to your writing later. Read it out loud. It will be amazing what you can pick up that you had not seen before. In step 7, go over your final draft one last time and make any necessary changes. And then you can finally submit your assignment. Here is an example of how to plan an essay that is due on the 23rd of March. Remember that as a guide, you should allocate 1/3 of your time to unpacking and researching, 1/3 of your time to planning and drafting, and 1/3 of your time to editing your assessment. To plan your essay, map backwards from the due date. An assessment timeline is an effective tool that will save you time and help you stay on track. Use a timeline for each assessment piece to help you organize your semester. Here is an example. So to plan your essay, return to your assessment planner and fill in the gaps. This example is an essay which is due on the 23rd of March. Okay, so you need to submit your essay on the 23rd of March. To edit and redraft, you decide that you need 2 days, so you should start doing this on the 21st of March. You also want a critical friend to read through your draft and give feedback. Your friend tells you that he or she needs 3 days for this. Therefore, your friend should have your essay by the 18th of March. To write your first draft, you plan 3 days. Therefore, you should start writing on the 15th of March. To create an essay plan, so to outline the structure of your essay, you think you need 2 days. So start doing this on the 13th of March. You think that researching, reading, and summarizing references will take you 4 days. So you will start doing this on the 9th of March. And to understand the task and to read through all the requirements in your subject outline, you plan 2 days. So you need to start working on your essay on the 7th of March. This, of course, all depends on how much time you can spend on your assignment every day and also on the specific requirements of your assessment. The timeline is helpful and is an effective and powerful tool that will save you time and help you stay on track. You can use this timeline for each assessment piece and use it in the final stage of organizing your semester as well. Okay, so here are the key messages that you should remember from this session. To be able to plan your semester, including your assessments, know and use your subject outlines. They really are your best friends. All of the information you need to be successful is contained within your subject outline. Make sure you get organized. Develop your weekly planner and put your assessment due dates into a calendar as well. Then break your assessment down into the 7 sections that we've discussed before. This will enable you to manage your time and to complete each assessment to the best of your ability. Become familiar with the services available to you and use these services when you need them. Never be too shy to ask for help.